Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, guys. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin market as usual on Mondays. So last week we have discussed the recent plunge that we've got on the Bitcoin, not only here but across the board on the different markets and stock markets, gold, crude oil in particular. So as we said in videos and as we said in our weekly reports dedicated to the Forex market in particular, that is non-market driving factor. This is just dash for cash turmoil is running into United States dollar and investors trying to sell everything that they could to close the margin calls that stand across the board to unwind the carry trades, and in general lots of companies need United States dollar to support their cross-border transaction, market contracts and so on. Since the dollar covers approximately 60% of all trading, in a time of the collapse in the economy, there's a significant demand for United States dollar, and to accumulate the 60% that was spread across the board, you need to sell everything else just to get this liquidity to support your own business. A lot of other stuff stands beyond this, but this process still stands on the way. And in general, this recent collapse that you see on the Bitcoin market was the same. This is what was not some market driving factors, not because of the dropping of the value of the Bitcoin itself. This is just was selling to get the United States dollars. So those investors who previously watched for Bitcoin market, maybe take part in some venture projects with the cryptocurrencies, investing some free money in this and watching what will happen on the market, so gradually just trying to be involved in the cryptocurrencies. Now they close these venture products, extract the cash, and that led to drop. That was we had on the last week. But this week, as you can see, we've got the drop in the hash rate. So previously this collapse was not supported with the hash rate. Hash rate was at the high level because market were preparing to halving that should start in May. But now we have the drop in the hash rate action. And the indicator even on the weekly chart shows the capitulation of the miners. So previously it was we've got two times that has happened. First in 2018, it was right here. So drop has followed. Once capitulation was over and hash rate stabilized, you can see rally. That capitulation we traded and monitored previously on this drop. If you remember, we talked a lot about this in our updates. And now again, this collapse, now the miners are joining to the overall collapse on the market and decreasing the actual activity. Maybe this is not natural decreasing, maybe due to the situation in China this was natural drop in activity of the miners closing maybe some farms in China. I don't know exactly, but what we have is definitely the capitulation, which brings nothing good to Bitcoin market, because every time when the capitulation starts, usually Bitcoin shows the downward action. Well, in general it agrees with our longer term view. We still think that Bitcoin should drop more. Our target around 33 is still valid, even without taking into consideration of these specific indicators for the Bitcoin market. By following purely the technical tools, with the market shows such miserable plunge on the weekly chart, very often very rare stops just immediately and market turns up. It almost never happens in this way. Usually market needs to come down a bit to fade the existing bearish momentum. And for that purpose, they need to show some downward continuation, but with a slower momentum probably. That's why we're still watching for OP target here. On the daily chart, you have the same stuff with this hash ribbon indicator. It also shows the capitulation. Our suggestion that the market should reverse down right at the major resistance was correct. Indeed, once the conference resistance and the previous lows has been tested, market shows the reversal. So once you have taken the short position currently, you just could move your stop to the break even and see what will happen. Well, if market will show greater A, B, C bottom D pattern, well, in this case we consider the possible selling opportunities from the higher levels. If this will be a really reversal to the downside, well, in this case you just could keep your shorts and see what will happen. So for the bears, this is clear situation. Either move stops to the break even and see, watch the movie, or wait for another opportunity to go short. For this, you need more clarity that market indeed is coming lower and indeed reestablish downward action. Conversely, if somehow deeper ABC retracement will happen here, we consider 80 even area for another selling opportunity right here. That's what we have currently on the daily chart. On the intraday chart, guys, situation approximately the same. So currently we have our Gartler's triple to sell. This market has reversed down. Actually, this pattern we have used for taking the short position, but overall price action is not very fast by far. It's continuous, but not too fast. We do not see yet acceleration. And here it's multiple scenarios are possible. So we will take a look at the hourly chart. That's our butterfly, as we said. Be prepared for reversal around 69. Once the butterfly will be completed. Now take a look. We could get the ABCD down, where potentially, theoretically, could be another leg up to the 80 even area. If market will break it down and start dropping back to the lows, it will mean that we're going lower with our major scenario on the weekly. Also here you could get a lot of different patterns. For example, we could get here the butterfly that could finalize the downward action right with this. Just a minute, 1618 extensions right here. So you can see stands in agreement with the ABCD pattern. So that's the patterns that you could consider. So if you have the bullish view and would like to buy, well, in this case, I think that you could focus on this level around 50 even, 52 even area. So 50, 52, that's the potential area to go long. At least here, it's relatively safe, because maybe market will show some bounce up from here that will let you move stops to the break even. And who knows, if indeed it will be A, B, C, D to the upside, right to the 80 even, that could become not bad trade for taking the position. Currently, as you can see, market stands at the 30% support. So first test, pullback. This, by the way, guys, was the Gartler's triple to sell. Second test, and I think that on the second test, market could break it down. So currently, it's better to watch for ABCD pattern. That's been said, well, it's a bit confusing situation. Lots of trading stops exist here on Bitcoin market right now. Let's just take a look at them step by step. If you have the bearish view and you already have the position, move your stop to the break even and just sit on the hands. Watch what will happen. That's the first situation. If you have bearish view but you do not have the position, in this case you could do nothing but just wait either for breakout of this major 618 support starting dropping lower. That will confirm our suggestion that market is dropping, continuous downward action, or if upward retracement will happen, in a way this ABCD, your level to watch for is 80 even. If you have bullish view and you would like to take the long position, in the current situation it would be better to keep an eye on the 50-52 area, where potentially at least some pullback could happen that could let you to protect your position. Because as I said, the chance exists that market will just break this level down. So it means that if you will take position here, you probably should get chance to move stops to the break even at least. But ultimately, if situation will be positive to you, this will be trade rate to somewhere to the 80 area approximately. So that's actually two major steps that we have currently on Bitcoin market.